Hi everyone, this is Debbie with Plan.Do.Repeat, and this is the last installment of my micro planner series, and I hope that you'll stick around for it. Okay, so this is the fourth and final chapter to my micro planner series. We have gone from everything from washi tape to food diaries to business card collections to paper storage, and now today we're going to go with the last four of my suggestions for what you can do with your micro notebooks. There's an endless amount that you can do with these micro notebooks. I mean, there's just thousands and thousands of ways that you could use them, but these are just some of my ways that I'm using them. So I hope you'll stick around. What we're going to be doing now is I'm going to be telling you about four different kinds. First, let's go with this one. All right, so I don't remember what I was watching a video, and there was a word that somebody said. They were somebody that was younger, and I did not understand what they were talking about, and I looked it up, and it was from the Urban Dictionary, and then I thought I had a light bulb moment, and I thought, you know what, I can start an Urban Dictionary for myself. So if I hear a word that I don't know what it is, I write it down on here, and it helps me because that way, you know, I'm able to keep up with what's going on. And yeah, so I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So number one for today, we're going to do four, is the Urban Dictionary. And also in the same one, I also did a Netflix list. This was just another card, kind of like the sloth card, and I found them in a box and at Goodwill, and I just laminated them and stuck holes in them, and I used them for my micros. They're a perfect fit. So check out Goodwill. Always check out thrift stores. Anyway, so on here I like to list some different things that I'd like to watch on Netflix. We have Netflix, and I'm a member of a group online on Facebook where we talk about different shows that we like to watch, and people suggest shows, and so I write them down, and as I watch them, I check them off. So I think it's a great way to make a list. I'm a list maker. So let's see. The next thing I would suggest are notes. I like to keep notes handy. These are small, so I keep it really close to me, and if I have an idea for my blog, here's another one of those cards that I found at Goodwill. He's adorable. So if I have ideas for my blog, then I write it down here. It's just another thing that I like to keep up with. I have a social media planner, but if I'm not close to that and I have an idea, then I write it down here. And then finally, at the end of this one, here's another one. It's a giraffe. Isn't he adorable? See, it's the same thing. And work. So right now I'm not working because we've self quarantined ourselves. We're not sick, but we wanted to make sure that we didn't make anybody else sick if we happen to get sick, you know, because you don't feel it for a few days. Anyway, I deliver fast food, and so I like to write down odd things that happen at work. So those are the things that were kind of odd, and then I like to write down my hours, and you know, anything that has to do with your work you could write down. So this one teeny tiny micro happy notes, okay, has 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 different sections. And it's this small. I mean, it's so tiny. It's a wonderful way to keep track of things and make lists. I love it. So this is number 1 out of number 4 for today. And number 2 is for holidays. I just put Halloween just to be an example, but I found some paper online free on Pinterest for Halloween, and I printed it up, and it's perfect for this little tiny planner. So if you have you have a special holiday that you do a lot of planning for, like for Christmas, then I have another one that I use for Christmas, but it's bigger. But on that I put gifts, and I put Christmas card lists and recipes and all that kind of stuff. You can do the same exact thing for one of these, but it's in a smaller version. If you have ideas for costumes, you can put it in here. We go to several Halloween parties, and I like to put ideas for what kind of things I want to bake or cook for these parties. There's just so many different kinds of things that you could do relating to your favorite holiday, and you could have one for each holiday. Whatever holidays are important to you, you can have them just lined up, and then you grab the one that's coming up, and you can keep your notes for it, and then put it back, and then get the other one. And I mean, it's a perfect size. I just love these things. So this is number 2 of the micro notebooks for today. Okay, so number 3 for the 4 that we're going to be doing today, I put doodles on here, but really it's for whatever kind of a challenge that you do on a monthly basis. At one time I was doing, I don't know, 5 or 6 different monthly challenges, and so I kept a separate one for each one, and they are the perfect size for writing down whatever the challenge is. I mean, one was, let's see, lists. They had a list online, and you had to write the answers to the questions on it. So I divided up onto each page for whatever it was, and that's what I wrote down. Or lettering. A lot of people do lettering. I was doing doodles for a while there. So whatever challenge that you have, this is the perfect size. I mean, the pages are so small that they're perfect for each day. Or you could divide them into quarters and do one 4 days, or you could do 6 days, or whatever. I mean, it's perfect, and you don't have to waste a huge page from like a classic notebook if you don't want to. You don't want to waste all that paper if you don't need to. So you can use one of these. So that is number 3 for today's 4 different notebook ideas. Okay, and number 4 idea for today's micro notebooks. I had already suggested a journal, but that was for, where is it? It was for, it was in here. It was for the planner that I made just for this this time that we're stuck at home. You know, I filled it full of positive reinforcement and all that kind of thing. And in here I had space for the journal. But this journal was just for this part of the self-care for while we're in this situation, while we're in this scary situation. And so this journal would be for something else, okay? When you're on the go and you don't have your regular, I have a journal that I keep, but if I don't carry it with me because it's, you know, it's huge, but this is perfect to write down notes for something that you think of that you want to remember for a specific day, and you can write down the date and those thoughts, and then you have it. Okay, and then when you're ready to do your journaling, then you can bring this to your space where you do your regular journal, and you can pull it out and go, oh yeah, this happened on this day, I need to remember that. And then you can record it, and that way you won't ever forget it. So that's what I suggest for this one. I really like having something close by in case I need to make a note about something that happened that was important, that was relevant. So that's what I have for this one. So those are my last four ideas for the micro notebooks. And I wanted to actually follow through with this one. I had it in this cover. This online friend that I have, Johanna, she's based in Hawaii. I just love her. I adore her. I've been following her for just a little bit, and she makes these covers. This was not made by her, but this is the way that she makes them. It's laminated paper. This is double-sided paper, and then you have a little pocket where you can put the back side of your little notebook like this. And I made a little pocket right here so I could put something in here if I wanted to. And it's plastic, so I mean, it's laminated, so it keeps its shape, and so you can put it in your bag or whatever, and it's not going to fall off the discs. I just love it. And I copied Johanna because she showed how you could make these on her channel. So I'm gonna link her down below so that you can watch her videos and see how it's made. But I just adore how these are done. She does them bigger too for the half sheet size, the half classic notebook size, the skinny classic. So I just wanted to share that because I just think this is adorable and it's awesome, and why wouldn't you want to have one of these? So it's a shout out to my online friend Joanna. This is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to share that with you. So anyway, this was the last final addition to the micro notebooks series, and I'm really glad that you were able to join me and see all these different ways that you could make these little adorable things. You can make them, like I showed you before, out of anything. You can make them out of cards. I made these out of cards. These were little notebooks from Walmart or Dollar Tree. I think it was Dollar Tree, but they're easy to do. You can laminate it, or you can do self-laminating. You don't have to laminate it. It's just amazing the ways that you can use these things, and also you can do it just in a little notebook if you wanted to. You don't have to have it on rings to be able to have these different things. So I just wanted you to come away with the idea that this is something that you can use from your stash, okay? All of these were from my stash, or you could use it like this in a notebook, or you can make it DIY this way. I mean, there are so many ways to do this, but my suggestion is to do it and use it and get your thoughts on the paper. That was my idea. So I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'm excited about doing other series for you. And until next time, peace out.